Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of Talk That Tech. The
Number one tech morning show in the world. Good morning.
Good morning. We are here, and we got, of course, we're saying good morning to you, but we also have Operation Tech Takeover in the building. We are doing this on LinkedIn as well today, y'all. So go ahead, and if you are not, connect with us. We are on Twitch, we're on IG, we are on YouTube, as you can see below. So go ahead and connect with us on the various platforms, the platforms that you normally would. We are excited to get you started on this March 10th as we are getting into this daylight saving time has, I believe, ended. If I believe so, at least for us here on the East Coast. So we're back an hour forward, not an hour behind, and it
Yeah.
feels different. I don't know.
Shoosh, yeah. Man, I know it's a good thing because we get more daytime. But
Yeah.
nobody likes to lose an hour.
Yeah, it's like, wait a second. I think I'm still a little tired. But but let us know in the comment section below. We got Tech Coach Ralph in the building as well. Good morning, good
What up?
morning,
What
good
up?
morning. And I wanted just to like throw it up here as well in regards to your weekend, man. How was your weekend? We could talk about
Uh
that for sure.
oh yeah, the weekend, man, it was pretty copacetic, you know.
Hmm.
Nah. Man, it was a little long, but nonetheless made it through. Um
Hmm.
this weekend we went to the country. All right, y'all know Texas is big,
Hmm.
and I have a lot of people in the country, so I had to go on Saturday. One of my aunts it's my great aunt, I guess you could say, my grandmother's sister. She
Mm.
was turning 82, and so me and the family rode down to what's called Calvert, Texas, small town, and yeah, went down and had a good time there. Ate a lot of good food, man. A lot of barbecue. Then Sunday, had church, and then we had another service that we had to go to and visit as well. So it was just a longer Sunday as well, but made it through, and we here, baby. How was your
Yeah,
weekend
nice.
though?
Nice, nice. Hey, y'all, let us know how your weekend was in the comment section as well. We'll post up here. We'll talk about it. But yeah, in regards to my weekend, my wife had an activity that we wanted to do. She was working with a friend. They had like this within the church. This called. I'm trying to remember the exact acronym. It's PPP. That's what I know. But it's um,
Not the
praying
PPP
parents
loan.
prevail.
No, I'm
Like
joking.
praying.
I'm joking.
No, no loan attached to that. No loan attached to that. But it's like praying parents prevail, and I was helping her out. I did a little acting as well for the kids. Did a little fun games with them. Simon Says and things of that nature. And then I was like, you know what? I know she's probably hungry, and we in Harlem. Let me go try to get Charlie's pan fried chicken.
Ah,
Because I saw it online. Let me try it out. And well, Christopher, we got Chris in the building. Got
what's
got
happening?
Chris
What's
in the
happening?
building.
Was it
Cybersecurity
good?
extraordinaire. So if you're looking to transition in cybersecurity, reach out to your boy. Chris is in the building, and we really appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Yes,
Glad you had a
indeed.
great weekend as well. Glad you had a great weekend. Um, oh wait, take us Ralph said something too. Weekend was good. Getting ready for competition. Is that BJJ? Is that what you're referring to? Let us know in the comment section. People
Man,
may not know what you're talking about.
you about to knock somebody out. Is that what
Mama
it
said,
is?
"Knock you out." Ugh, yeah, that's he probably prepared
Or
to
choke somebody out? Which one is it?
yeah submission. I don't know grappling. I believe it's B. I believe you're talking about BJJ. I'm not too sure if that's either something in tech or BJJ, but I'm assuming it is. so
Well,
so let us know in
man,
the
how
comment
about
section.
that? How was that chicken though? How was that chicken?
I mean, let's. I'll
It
be
was
honest.
mid. It was
Yeah,
mid.
yeah. So
Ah,
yes, sir. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, choking for sure. Now listen, I'm not gonna try to speak bad about anything. I think it was good. I think it was different because of the way they did it. It was seasoned well. Definitely enjoyed it. Seconds and thirds. Myself personally. But here's what happened. We had a lot. We had a lot of kids with us, so
ah.
I got some other supplementary food. Let's just put it that way. And my wife, at least, she was like, I like the supplementary food a little bit more. I like this one. But
Than the
I
actual
think it
chicken.
was cool. I would say everybody want to get a chance to check it out. Check it out. for yourself, and you decide. But yeah, it
Hey
was
man,
good. And then yesterday, man, a long
yeah.
day, and then took a nap, and that was it for me.
Sometimes it be like that, man. Got crash out, wake up refreshed.
Yeah. Yeah, so just knock out and that's it, man. Just knock out that and I'm put up again because I kind of went through fast. But yes, said yes, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, choking for sure. He's not playing no games, no stand-up games with
Mm,
y'all. Come in his circle, he will choke you out. Oh man. So listen here. I hope everybody had a great and safe weekend. Thank you all to stopping by. Chris, Techos, Ralph. And go ahead. This is a very interactive show. So put your questions, thoughts in the comment section as well. And if you do feel obliged to do so, we do have a link that you could call into. It's mainly going to be on YouTube but yeah, if you have access to it, if you could grab a hold of it, and if you want to call in, feel free to call into the show and let us
do
know
that.
your thoughts. Well, any subject that we talk about today, whether it's something that you want. And Christopher, definitely want to stay on there because we'll be talking about something that kind of could be intertwined with both your world and Tech Coach Ralph's world. Tech Coach Ralph's world. Tech Coach Ralph's probably experienced this as well. We're going to dive into various different topics today. We're going to talk about Apple and how they are throwing out a lot of stuff at people right now. They're like, hey, listen, you get everything right now. We're going to talk about Apple. We're going to talk about the fact that some people, though it's not new, they're using AI to try to get into these jobs, specifically software engineering jobs to deal with coding, leveraging AI to do it, and they're getting caught, and the repercussions of that. And we're also going to be talking about parents, and they're leaning towards more creative jobs instead of what we normally know as the straight up tech jobs. So we'll talk about all those in a few. I got Operation Tech over. So I'm requesting a win by American or North South, please, my good sir. Os. Yeah, he's talking about you winning something, brother. Techo Travel, bring it in, bring it in.
Bring
Um,
something home.
bring something home.
The
Yeah, so
hardware.
the hardware and shine it up. Spit, remember Looney Tunes? Spit shine in a Space Jam. Spit shine. Yeah, spit shine that thing and let it rock out. Yeah. So yeah, let's go. Let's get started with the show now. Let's start first with the what we talking about with these new releases from Apple. And then we could dive deeper into the rest.
Yeah, man. So y'all already know. Y'all know Apple. They've been pretty. I mean, y'all know me. I'm a fan. I'm a Apple fanboy. If I can put it like that. But if I'm being honest, they've been pretty lackluster the last few years. Like, phones not changing much, not really having a lot of innovation, a lot of different companies coming in and scooping up um market share, right? I mean, nothing phone, they doing some stuff. I like all this stuff. But anyways, nonetheless, Apple said, you know what, that's it. I've had it. We got to do something, or else we're going to lose in the game that we started and we made into a thing. And so what they did, they started doing some rapid fire releases, and hopefully this helps, right? Because we know they can put out stuff faster than they've been doing. We know that they can make better stuff. They just decide to sit on it and wait, and people are fed up. So nonetheless, what they've done, they've made some recent announcements with several new products and updates across the Mac and the iPad lines. And what they mainly did, what you'll notice, is the performance, the features, and the designs. Because I'm telling y'all, people are fed up with getting the same phone when these other companies are coming out with all new designs and just fresh looks and stuff like that. I mean, even myself, I'm seeing phones come out and I'm like, man, I want that. And it's cheap, and it's cheaper. But what that camera do? What that camera hit for? I don't know. But look, that's the only reason. I don't know. I don't know those sides enough. But I'm telling you something. I'm thinking about, like, I'm like, man, I might go for it at this point. Anyways, some of the new lines that you're gonna see: MacBook Air. The MacBook Air, it got the new M4 chip. They have a new sky blue colorway. So I mean, y'all know they add in the new colors and stuff. hopefully, hopefully, y'all, this helps. I don't know. Some of the stuff that I'm seeing that they're doing with this new stuff, I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna be enough. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. But nonetheless, So they're gonna have a sky blue color. They have the improved camera and the display setup, and then pricing. It's actually gonna start around the 999 mark with the M2 and the M3 models. They're just discontinuing those, so those are gonna be on deep discount. And if you know me, I like sales, so I don't have to have the newest. The Mac Studio, they updated this, so you got the M4 Max and the M3 Ultra chips in those. The Mac Studio, if y'all don't know, that's the desktop Mac, so you can just hook up your own monitors to that. It's just boom, everything is in this one little small computer. But nonetheless, got full upgrade on that hardware. The Thunderbolt 5 ports, so we can they now include those in there, which should have been in there anyways, right? If and then you have the Performance Leap. So this, like they're describing, Apple is saying this is going to be their most powerful Mac ever. All right. So whether you're working with AI, graphics, more, like, you're good to go with this Mac Studio. And the Mac Studio, like, it's a pretty big deal, man. So if you need something like that, that's where you need to go. That they updated the iPad Air, and they have some. Obviously, the iPad Air, they did come out with a new Magic Keyboard, a new design. So they're switching up some stuff, y'all, a little bit, but I don't know. It might be too late. It might be too late. We're gonna see in the end some upcoming products that they have. They have the AirTag 2s, so they're gonna. We're expecting those to come out in May or June of this year, and so they'll have some, like, basically increased range, wireless chips, and then some more privacy sides. So we'll see on that, and then the HomePad. A lot of people, I don't know. We'll see. HomePad is just a smart display running a new Home OS. If you like that kind of stuff, then you might be interested in it. You'll be able to integrate widgets now, home app controls, and you'll have obviously the photos and music for your home. But y'all, I don't know. They're saying, like, hey, this is reflecting Apple's continued focus on performance and enhancements, and I'm just not buying it. I think they're scared. I think they're like like what the rumblings have been over the past couple of years. I think they're actually seeing it in the bottom line and in the numbers charts, right? And they're like, look, we got to do something. um we got to make a change. Like, the way we've been doing things, it's been working up until now, but right now it's over. So that's what I think. I think, yeah, they're yeah, they like to focus on continuous improvement and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, man, the shareholders like, man, what y'all got doing? What y'all got going on? We need some more money flowing in, and we need the people back hot. So is this enough? Is this enough for y'all? Like, for you Apple people, is this gonna be enough change for y'all to continue to rock with Apple, or are y'all jumping ship? I want to know. I need to know, or maybe not jumping ship, but checking out. Are you scoping out the other side? Like, what y'all got going on over there?
This is where Mitch should shine when he comes
I
on.
know, right?
Uh, he should be like, "My moment has come." It's like Simba, I am here. But yeah, we got Tech Coach Ralph in the building. He says, "Do you think most people will notice a difference with chips based on what they use their devices for?" That's a great question. I think
That's
for most
the main thing,
people,
man. That's the main thing.
yeah, I think for
Go
me,
ahead.
like when it comes to I haven't really dived deeper in a while, but maybe with music production, obviously with the streaming and things of that nature, it should definitely help. But for other people that don't use it on a technical way at all, whether it's in other aspects, they may not see that. But yeah, I feel like when you talked earlier and said something about you want to have it, you like it, you want to have it. So I was kind of a flashback to life. You go eat your cornbread. Because here's the thing, man. You don't want to have your bride jealous, looking at other people and be like, I want to go on the trip. It feels that way right now with Apple. And I'm a late adapter. I'm not even an early adapter either. I still rock with my iPhone 12 Pro Max. I have no issues with it except for the case, and I just got it replaced. So for me, I'm a late adapter. I'm not really chasing the newest things, but
I
for
don't even know.
those that
Let
like
me
to
see what
come
do
with
I
the
got.
trends and stuff, I'm not too sure if they'll be very pleased. Time will tell. Again, the powder blue, like right here, okay, looks cool. But when you put a case on it, most times you won't even see it. I mean, like, I think that sometimes reputation can go only so far, and I think that at least from what was talked about right now, um, maybe there needs to be more. There needs to be more innovation. Like Tech Coach
Yeah.
Ralph said here, I don't really see it. I don't really see people that use device for normal for regular purposes are going to really kind of see that change, unless there's some features that are rolling out, but based off of what I heard, I'm not too sure it's
That
going to move the needle too much.
yeah, bro. The average person, bro, they don't like the average person that's just looking at you know TikToks and stuff like that. Yeah, they probably shouldn't have the newest one. It's not gonna make sense for them. Like if you just browse the internet and you're checking email, um, like if you're editing videos and stuff, like yeah, you can have the newest one, but you still don't need it. Like I got an M3, MacBook Pro, M3 MacBook Pro, and I mean, I mean, I wish y'all could see my computer right now. I got hundreds of tabs open
Hmm.
and I edit on here, and and it's good to go. I don't plan on upgrading anytime soon. I did just check. I did now, Joseph. I'm one who, if I had the sky blue, they would see it because I just don't have a case. But I did just check my phone. It's not the newest. It's the 14 Pro Max. I don't know. I
Hmm.
don't even know what number are they on right now. 16.
I think it's
I don't know.
16, 17. Let's know in the comment section. I think it was 16.
Okay, so yeah, yeah, I haven't upgraded in a couple years, but it's because I have other cameras and stuff. If I didn't have the other cameras, then I like the cameras. They're pretty good, but this is pretty solid for what I have right now. But I will be upgrading, um, just because I dropped my phone on the golf course, so that was trash. But yeah, man, I don't know. For average person, they don't need to upgrade now. But like Joseph mentioned, there are people who, hey, they always got to have the newest thing, so they probably will. But I mean, that works too. Ain't
Yeah.
nothing wrong if you got it.
If you got it, if you got it. Let me go to the comment section real quickly because Operation Tech Takeover says, "Do you think that the recent turn of events with Elon Musk and people's feelings about him and Apple's partnership with Starlink is a deterrent for people to go forward with Apple?" I think people will still buy it
No,
because I think it's like one of the things that is entrenched in their mind. Is like, hey, I got to go with this product because a lot of people are already using it, and this is what I've been using for years. I have some people already have like a Mac system, Mac ecosystem, right? So they have their phone, they have their laptop, they have Apple TV, like everything's connected already. So they kind
yeah,
of already kind of bought in. But for those that are really politically bent in a certain way and feeling a certain way about what's going on, I could see them. But they had to not be as invested already. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
For them to make that change, I think some people will, as they say, I can't speak this morning. They put it in a box.
compartmentalized.
There we
Yeah,
go. And so that's where I would see that they probably will do that with this as well.
bro. And then
Um,
what you start realizing, bro, people
mhm.
don't even be knowing a lot of this stuff. OTTO, you in it, so you see a little bit more. Man, the average person, they have no clue. They don't even know what Starlink is.
Yeah.
They never heard of Starlink.
Good point.
The the average person, they just like, man, my I can't press talk on the like what's going on. That's what they thinking about. Why is my TikTok not pulling up? Something's wrong with
Uh-huh.
my Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So no,
Good.
I think they're
And
gonna be
Oris
fine.
is, let me cut you off, but Oris is in the
Yeah.
building. We got to say good morning, Oris. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Good
So
morning.
glad that you're with us this morning. And also, OTT just confirmed, OTTO confirmed 16 is the number that iPhone is at.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, actually, y'all put in the chat, what innovations you think would move the needle if Apple decided to say, hey, you know what? We're gonna do this instead. What would make you say, oh, okay, guys, you're finally stepping up. And then let us
I
know in the
think
comment section below.
I think for a lot of people it was probably that the AI. But then how you gonna release the phone with no AI? You talk about AI, it was supposed to be built for AI, and then you released it without the AI. Like that's when I
Yeah.
knew. I was like, oh, Y'all days are numbered.
which is a sad day. Tick Coach Ralph says people still eat Chick-fil-A. So talk about compartmentalization. That's what he's referring to. Hey, listen, it's the human condition. It's the human condition.
I still
Glasses
be
like
wanting it on
Meta.
Sundays.
Yeah. You're my Chick-fil-A. Glasses like Meta has the integrations that with all devices. Okay, yeah, glasses like Meta. That's a good point. That's a good point. And Trey and TCR. Yeah, yeah, LOL. Well, listen, y'all, let us know in the comment section how you feel about that. If you are an iPhone user, if you have been waiting for the demise because you're an Android user like Mitch, who is kind of quiet today, let us know in the comment section so that way we can go ahead and bring it up and talk about it. But right now, we're going to transition into one of our favorite segments that we have here, which is the Tech Wire. This segment is powered by Black Tech Global, your premier directory for upcoming tech events. So go ahead and visit blacktechglobal.com for more. And I'm just going to read these off because, hey, it's pretty quick that way. We have March 14th, Sisters in Sales. They have a virtual only event that's for Aspiring Sellers Summit. It's happening. It's $200 for that. It's going to be March 14th. So that's later this week. Then we have a March 20th to the 22nd. So that's like 2 weeks from now. Diversitech. It's happening in Philadelphia. It's $149 for that, especially if you're looking at, and if you don't know, Trabaja, the parent company, their whole goal is to provide places and spaces for people who are looking to transition into the tech industry that may not come from the same background, right? They may be coming from different backgrounds. So those in the Black and brown communities and other communities as well, they are providing job opportunities. So definitely check out Diversitech. You never know who's going to be in the room. That's happening in Philadelphia, March 20th to the 22nd. And then we have March 27th, the Circle of Excellence Art of Storytelling that's happening in Irving, Texas, and it's $0 for that. Again, it's March 27th. Following up with March 27th, Black Tech Connect Mixer in Baltimore, Maryland, $0 for that as well on March 27th. And last but not least, we have March 28th to 29th, Dallas Black UX Summit. So if you are a if you're in the UX space, go check that out. It's happening in Dallas, Texas. Costs will be announced soon, but go ahead and mark that down if you're in the space or in the area for March 28th to 29th. And that is it for this rundown of the Tech Wire. Again, your premier source for all things tech events. And before we go on to the next segment, let me just check the comment section real quickly here. We got Mitch in the building. Man, bro, you missed the
What it
whole
do?
you missed a moment to shine. One shining moment. That was it. That was it. Yo, man, we were talking about Apple. We were talking about how did they do anything oppressive in the new leases that they have to actually warrant people to go after them. And I know your resounding I emoji would be a trash bin. So I could do that for you. I could put it in the trash bin if you want me to. I just know that's what's gonna happen. So
For real.
but please, Mitch, let us know in the comment section your thoughts, your comments, and your concerns about that particular subject. However, you see, I didn't have to wait long for it. Trash bin was here. Mitch was not playing any games. He's like, listen, you know what the deal is. It's trash bin from Apple all day, every day. So
Hilarious.
go ahead, Trey.
Oh no, that's for real. I already knew too.
Yeah, it's trash. Oh man. Well, here's something that actually is something that might be trash worthy as well. We have a situation that Tech Coach Ralph and a few others on this channel, especially those that are in helping with hiring and training people. You probably experienced this as well. Now, AI has known as been a huge disruptor in the industry. We know that. However, we're also seeing that they're disrupting the hiring process right now because people are not being honest. And I'm not even going to take too much more to say. I'll pass to my brother Trey to talk about it more. Trey, let's let the people know what's going on here.
Yeah, bro. I mean, listen, I've seen some stuff that they got out here now. I was like, oh wow, I didn't even know this was a thing, man. People out here getting it. They getting these. I watched the guy, y'all. I watched the guy show people how to basically win on these coding interviews. So like it's a software that they can pull up on their computer and it will do the coding for them for the interview or the test. Like it will do it for them. And this is and they're getting the jobs. Like I'm like, how y'all? I mean, I'm sorry, I'm too scared and too nervous for that kind of stuff because you're not about to. What you're not about to do is have me out here on an island, pointing me out like, hey Trey, can you talk about this and get this done? And I don't know anything about it, but I put myself in this space. No, ain't no way. But anyways, people are doing it. Okay, they're like, look, I need this munyon, and I'm gonna do what I can to get it, even if I don't know what I'm doing. So right now, y'all, AI, they're calling it AI assisted cheating. All right, and it's become a big issue in coding interviews, specifically for remote positions. All right, at these major tech companies, and basically, different candidates they're leveraging generative AI tools like ChatGPT, and it's solving the coding problems, it's generating explanations, and it's improving the code during these virtual interviews. So and then what's crazy is, again, like I was mentioning, I watched this, and it's undetectable to the interviewers if they don't know. Now, obviously, here's what I always say: anytime something goes public and you start seeing like random just the public, when they're talking about it, it's over. It's done. Finito. Okay. So the people who got in early on, like who was killing it, they probably went up the ladder real quick. And like I got in this job, then I moved to the next one. And then but listen, once the public knows, when the general public knows, it's a wrap. Like don't try and do this. Okay, is what I'm saying. Don't try and do it. But anyways, some of the methods of AI assisted cheating, you have real time code generation. So they have tools like Interview Coder. This is the name of the one that I saw and I watched it. It's called Interview Coder, and then ChatGPT, and it basically it inputs coding questions, or the candidate, they'll put it in, and then it'll boom. They'll get an instant solution, and they can present it as their own during the interview. And people are doing this mess, y'all. And then you have tools that give explanations to candidates, and then you have discrete usage. Okay, so uh, advanced cheating tools, they're designed to basically evade detection during the virtual interviews. So Interview Coder, they claim like its software bypasses any screen monitoring features on platforms like Zoom and Google Meet. So they can't even tell. And then candidates, they often use like some kind of subtle tactics. So they're teaching you how to use it, right? Like you have to pause a little bit, say some all doing all this while it's generating, while you're copying and pasting the question in there, right? Like let me think about this, and then they just down there going crazy. Um, and then it's going to give them that AI generated response. And then lastly, automated question handling. So some candidates, they use AI to basically process screenshots of the interview questions, and then it generates the answers directly. And again, it bypasses the need for manual problem solving. So right now, what they're saying, why this cheating is so prevalent: number one, the pressure of competitive interviews. Like y'all know what's going on in that market right now. It's crazy out here, and people are like, look, i'm I'm a year one or maybe year zero person trying to just get a job, trying to get in the industry, and I gotta go up against this person who is just at Netflix coding, making whatever. And they've been in the game for 7 years. I don't have a chance. I have no chance. And so these people, that they're resulting to this, right? Or maybe they've been in the game for 7 years and they're trying to get that mean back, that 500, that 900, $1,000 a year job. And they're like, look, this is pressure. I got to try and get this done. So, yes, it's leading these candidates to feel like their success is depend on like memorizing a genuine, and then basically, hey, let me memorize this stuff. Yeah, I could do that. Could take a long time. Could miss some stuff, or I can use this software and run it down and get it all right, and get in the game. Number two, ease of access. Ease of access, right? These generative tools is it's getting wider and wider spread. It's way easier. It's a lot easier to get this stuff done and get it on your computer and use it. And then frustration with the current process. Platforms like Leet Code, they're criticized for emphasizing overly complex problems that feel disconnected from the actual programming work, right? And so, yeah, I mean, they're just dissatisfied these candidates with realizing like, yo, cheating is the way.
Mm.
Cheating is the way because of these unfair hiring practices. So, yeah, y'all, and basically the impact of on the hiring on that side, erosion of trust. Obviously, if you got
Yep.
people coming in and breaking through your door and they don't know what they're doing, for one, your team gonna know instantly, right? Somebody
Yep.
like Tech Coach Route, they gonna know instantly when they pull up, like, bro, you trash. But then when they go and let the when they go and let the leaders know, now the leaders are like, dog, man, they got through. Now we can't. It's just trust going down the drain. All right. So now increased hiring costs because now they gotta go through more rounds. Now they gotta use more company time to make sure these people are vetted. And then security concerns, right? Like obviously, if
Yep.
you lie, you'll cheat. If you'll cheat, you'll steal. If you'll steal, you'll kill. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm not gonna go that far. But basically, y'all, they're uploading proprietary like coding problems and information into AI, which again, that's stuff that company needs. And so, anyways, y'all, this is the problem right now that we're having, and it's obviously gonna spread to more and more places. So we'll just have to see what it ends up being out here in these hiring streets. But anyways, AI assisted cheating. That's where we're at right now, y'all. That's where we're at.
And with that being said, I'm gonna go to the comment section real quick because we got
Yeah,
Mitch
yeah,
who
yeah,
said they are going to start making people do interviews in person, and that is
yeah,
exactly what caught my eye about this article when I looked it up. I was like, oh
yeah.
man, yeah, that's going to be happening. And we there's been a power struggle between the employees and between the employers, like the NBA and the NBA superstars, where they're like, hey, listen, we want to do X, Y, and Z, and the employers are like, listen, we want you to do X, Y, and Z. And so now, right now, this is the conflict of this is making it tough because if you think about certain jobs that are primarily remote most of the time, it's often DevOps and software engineers. Those are people that kind of get that time to kind of work from home remotely, if not at least most of the week. Probably 2 days in the office, something like that. And it's just making it worse for people because they are people that are working hard that can't do the work, and then you have somebody who want to leverage ChatGPT, and then now they get found out, and it's like it's getting bad. So really having a really technical interview process, which I know Tech Coach Ralph could talk about that, and how do you do that? That's the question. Tech Coach Ralph actually said you could tell the difference if you know how to code, which is exactly what we said. Once you have that background, you could tell somebody right away, oh, what this person knows, what he doesn't know, and that could be found out with the right technical interview. And I think that's the key. It's not about, okay, wow, you just did all this coding, but you need to have technical people interviewing those people that are being hired for these positions. Because here's another thing that we always talk about, and I think we had it in a long time ago. We had it as one of our brown box specials, which is coming up in a few, y'all. The brown box special was this person got into the system and wiped everything. That's your data. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
The
so
whole
so you
the
have to
whole
have some. Yeah, remember that? Like wipe the whole
I
computer
do.
down like that. Um, and so like you have to have ways to protect your data, and so they're gonna, because this person is involved with that, they're gonna take it very seriously. And is this in-person not only interviews but even especially for the period of time, the probationary period, it's going to be a lot of, hey, you ain't going anywhere, we've seen what you're doing right now, you staying here until we can figure out if you're legit or not. But again, I think that should be found out in the interview process. And let me hear what Tickle Ralph says. Tickle Ralph says, nah, they'll end up on my show after they get fired. And then he says the purpose of the interview isn't to see how you code, but to see how you think. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. But let me ask you this: in seeing how you think, can they realize if you could code or not? I think that should be a part of the criteria as well. Okay, you could think this way, but in thinking this way, it should reveal your abilities, in my opinion. But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Again,
It's the
they asked ChatGPT
why
how to
would you
delete
do
files
this
and
over that?
determine delete. Yeah. That actually is true. That actually is true. They probably did do that in that story.
Right click,
Um,
boy. Somebody has. I mean, come on now.
yeah,
Who
go ahead, Trey. You're gonna say
can't be
something.
can't be that naive? No, I was saying somebody's asked that. We can't be that naive.
So
Somebody's asked that same question, unfortunately,
yeah, well, let me ask this
and
question
they
for
making big
everybody
money
here.
too.
Yeah, and then Tech Coach Ralph also said the way they think is expressed through their code and how they can articulate why based on the following questions. Okay, well, listen, this is not my
Yeah,
world.
why?
Both Trey and myself, we're in the tech sales space and partnerships, and so for us, we're the ones asking the questions because we don't know. So because to be honest with you, I would think that there's some way to kind of figure that out during the interview process. Because what would happen if somebody gets past that process, right? And they're interviewed, and then all of a sudden it realizes, oh, they can't do it. Obviously, there's a termination thing, but it takes a lot of money to hire someone. It takes a lot of
That's
money
the
to hire
thing.
someone. They may have asked for some bonuses up front. They may have asked for some things up front, and now you got to take a couple steps back. I just maybe it's just me being just thinking outside of the technical realm, but it was. I just feel like there should be a better vetting process in the beginning. What do you let you guys know? Let me know your thoughts. I'm again, I'm not in this space. I could be totally off base, but listen, y'all. If y'all want to call in and let us know, you can do that as well. You can do that as well. So definitely call in and let us know about that. Oh, he said, "Nope, you're totally right." No, I appreciate you saying that because a part of me just like, listen, y'all. I mean, this is people's data. Like, let's say if somebody's working and they're doing development for a hospital, and they end up passing through using ChatGPT and all this different stuff, and they don't know what they're doing. They screw up some things with people's data. Now it's whatever, that's serious business. And so for me, especially if it's a hospital that my loved one's going through, I would want to. It doesn't matter even if it is my loved one. I would want anybody to experience that. So to me, it's just kind of like, hey, how can we vet these people better, and what things can we do so that this situation doesn't happen? But yes, and that's what the show's all about. So if you want to call in, click here to call into the show. Let us know your thoughts, opinions, concerns, and we will definitely provide space for you to chat about it. But before I go, Trey, anything else you wanted to say about that? I know we were talking back and forth.
No, man, it's yeah, we literally at some point, we'll realize as a society, hey, this is the reason you're mad right now because they're going through 5 and 6 rounds of interviews for said job that may not be coding. Like, this is some of the reasons why, right? Like, now it's
Mm,
the trust level is so low that we got to send you through everybody just to try and catch these people who are just making stuff up so that they can get a higher paying job. Because I hear it. I hear the disgruntlement when people are like, "Yo, why am I going through 5 rounds of interviews?" And like this has to be one of the reasons why.
yeah.
Like, so many people are, lying on resumes, lying on interviews, lying on, like, just trying to get in, and to their benefit or whatever. They're just trying to get a job. It's in this market. Excuse me. But I mean, ultimately, y'all, it's one of those things. Like, we gotta be real with ourselves. If we need to upskill. If it's going to take
Hmm.
you a year, let it take you a year. Don't be trying to. Well, I got in the class, so now I know it all, and now I can start interviewing for these courses, even though I just know the basics
Yeah.
for these interviews for these jobs. Like, no, you can't. So yeah, man.
No, I totally agree. I was actually there's somebody on IG, Curtis Cox, who came in, and this is his world, helping people upskill. And what up, Curtis? I don't know if he's still there,
What's going
but
on, man?
yeah, like that's the thing. I think I was gonna say that too. So I'm glad you brought that up. Is like, listen, the time that it's gonna take you to upskill to learn it is not guaranteed to get you the job. But at least when you get there, it'll sustain you versus you trying to cheat your way into it. And
Yeah,
Tech Coach Rouse
that's
says
that's not worth it.
it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And the week prior, they are complaining that they can't get one interview. That's what Tech Coach Ralph just said. in the comment section. OTTO says, yeah,
You ain't
we're
lying.
gonna need a sign-on bonus back, sir or madam. You need a
Oh yeah. You know we clawing back. We definitely clawing back.
yeah, yeah,
And if it's a tech company, hey, we got deep pockets. I'll ruin the rest of your life. They better be
I
glad I
think
ain't on that. They better be
I
glad I
heard
ain't on
cases
that
like
legal
that.
team.
Yeah, I
Huh?
heard cases like that. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know if y'all heard of cases like that. But I've heard cases of situations like
Well,
that.
if I was on the legal side of a company, boy, I want it all. Give
Yeah,
it up.
yeah.
I'll take the rest of your life. I'll be taking a piece of your check.
Yep, yep, and then Tech Coach Ralph said people always complain. That's true, but you gotta. I totally agree with you, Tech Coach Ralph. The mentality you have, Trey, what you just said. You gotta dig deeper. If you can't really, I mean, I know it's a hard. The economy is hard. I actually was looking at a LinkedIn post about this yesterday, where somebody was talking about cybersecurity and listen. He's trying to discourage people to get into the field. He's like, do nursing, do something else because it's hard out here. But at the what I would just
Might not
encourage
want to do
anybody.
nursing. It's hard out there for them too.
I'm about to say it's hard for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's not. There's no easy
No sweat.
paths, but there are rewarding paths, right? And so
Yeah.
there's different rewards for different fields. Nurses are now making. I mean, they've always been making good money. Now the money because of the shortage is starting to get ridiculous. Like the things I've seen, y'all, paycheck wise. So listen, the whole point of what I'm trying to say is. What up, Fanny? I got Fanny in the comment section that y'all up early. Oh, you don't know. This is every Monday,
Every week.
7 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Central. So look, Brother Trey is definitely the early bird here in that regard because I'm in the East Coast, he's in the Central. But listen, y'all, that's what I'm trying to say about this particular point here is that, and just to echo what Trey said, we got to upskill. We got to find ways to improve our stock within the corporate world. And so I just would encourage everybody, really, I would encourage everybody who's in the process of to upscale. When you get there, continue to learn and continue to leverage different tools. And listen, y'all, there's resources out there. We got through course careers, but there's other resources out there, level careers, a few other things. And y'all drop it in the chat if there's resources that you know of, whether they're free or the inexpensive resources in the chat that people can use, and also mention what those resources are for, so that people could tap in if they want to tap into that later. But yeah, listen, there's things out there to use, and I'm gonna digress here. Let Trey, if you want to add anything to that. But yeah, there's resources out there, so don't settle, don't try to play this game and be found out later. Upskill.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. You'll ruin your name in the industry, or whatever. I don't even know. Maybe you'll get away with it. Like it was. Let's just put it like this: the more time goes on, it's gonna be harder and harder to get away from with stuff like this. Back in the day, maybe even 10 years ago, it was a whole lot easier. You put some random stuff on your resume that gets you in the door, and then you kind of just finesse your way through the interview or whatever, and boom, next thing you know, you just got an extra $40,000 salary raise, from whatever job you were on. And then you learned your way on the job just by saying, oh, we didn't do it like this at my other job. Show me how y'all do it. And then you learn how they do it. Like, this is stuff that I've heard. I've heard people do this. Uh, I couldn't do it. I'm too scared. I'm too scared. And I just like to know what I know. Okay. If I don't
Mm-hmm.
know something, I just don't know it. But I'm willing to learn. And if you can't take that because you need somebody that knows right now, hey, I appreciate your time. Um, I understand. But if you are willing to take a chance on me, hey, we're gonna run this thing up. And that just
Yeah.
is what it is. But yeah, for me, just do it right. I think in the long run, it'll help you out. In the long run, you'll build more continuity with friends, with coworkers, all this stuff, man. But you just gotta be real with yourself. I don't know this. I need to take some time to learn it. But all this faking and AI assisted interviews, hello, it's not gonna get you far because
Yeah.
right now the public knows. Like I said, once it gets public to like the average person, it's too late.
She knows. Mm-hmm.
That's
That's right.
it.
She knows. Yeah, but Albert Takeover says if this is a job that you really want, then you should invest in yourself Find a coach or
Yeah,
mentor, somebody that has done it already, and find out how to really make it happen. That's true. That's true. If anything else, so you can't play the game with tech. You can't play the
at
game.
all.
Can't play the game with life, really.
We
You really
invented this.
can't.
That's what they said. They're like, man, we invented this stuff. What you thought? Trying to get away with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like when people catch on to scam late and get caught right away. That's absolutely
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it's that's exactly what I'm talking about, Rob. You know, we right here with it. That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
It's the same thing. Like it's the same thing.
yeah, man.
Try and go to Chase right now and do that whatever the Chase glitch or whatever it was some months ago. They about to get you in the parking lot.
Yeah, they go get you. We gonna find you. All right. Well, listen, y'all. One thing I'm finding out is that parents are kind of making a shift right now, and they're actually warming up to the idea of having these jobs, more creative jobs for their children. That's a big shift because before it was like doctor, engineer, was lawyer, right? And now it's kind of evolving in regard to that, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. And this is hits home for me because we have an older child in our family who is actually looking to transition. He's about to go to college soon, and he wants to be a graphic designer. And so that's like a link between the creative and the tech world, right? However, there are other parents that are looking at different things for their children, and so I'm going to kind of go through this one a little bit here, where parents are increasingly warming up to the idea of their children pursuing creative careers, vocational paths, and skilled trades. The shift reflects changing attitudes about the stability of value of these professions in an evolving job market. So there's a couple of reasons for this shift, y'all. And stay with me. We're almost wrapping up the show soon, but stay with me, y'all. Concerns about automation and AI, right? So the reason why some of these parents are saying they're going with the more creative path is because many parents, particularly those backgrounds in technology, according to the articles that we read, are rethinking traditional career advice. So they basically have gone through themselves. They see that creative and hands-on careers are less vulnerable to automation compared to roles in STEM fields. For instance, some parents are now encouraging their children to explore arts, humanity, and skill trades as
Mm,
hands-on heads. Now, skill trades for sure. We could definitely talk. We
I'm
can talk
with
about that in
that.
a yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a minute because that's something that we need to talk about. But hands-on hedge against job displacement caused by artificial intelligence. So there's also a rising interest in vocational training. Vocational programs have gained popularity among parents due to their dual pathways, offering students the option to pursue higher education or enter the workforce directly. So in Massachusetts, for example, 20% of high school students are enrolled in vocational programs. These had this a lot back in the day, if you remember, where they
Yeah.
have a mechanic shop and things of that
Yeah.
nature within the schools. And so we're seeing that those programs increase and about 30% increase over the past decade. So that kind of ties into what we just said. Now, the changed perception of skilled trades, like historically, there was a stigma attached to it. It was considered less prestigious, an option. But skilled trades, as we now see, is not just gaining prestige, as I should say, but they're
And
also
they
gaining
eating.
ground in regards to the limited amount of people that are doing it now. Everybody kind of migrated to other fields. Now there's less people doing it. So the increase of need, the supply and demand is high. And you could definitely talk about that, Trey. So y'all put your comments in the comment section. We could definitely go to there as well and talk about it. But however, communication gaps remain. While many parents claim to support trades, few are actively encouraging their children to pursue them. Also, this is support for children's passions that are rising. So surveys indicate that 92% of parents support their children pursuing dream jobs, regardless of the field. Now, parents are increasingly providing resources on creating environments that nurture their children's interests in creative or non-traditional careers. And then economic and practical considerations. So they're basically looking at it and say, hey, look, and some parents view trades as practical alternatives due to rising costs or higher education and uncertain returns on investments in traditional degrees. So how parents are supporting creative careers. This is how they're doing it. They're encouraging them and they're validating them for one, and they're giving them access to resources. So many parents invest in tools and materials, getting them into certain programs, as we mentioned earlier, to help them if they're looking and they see creativity, whether they're a budding artist or if they have just a natural ability with their hands that could lend themselves to plumbing, construction, other things as well. And the parents are encouraging children to explore various interests without, prematurely, basically helping them discover new passions organically versus kind of keeping them in a rigorous, you get to do this, you have to do that sort of flow. So, what does this mean on a broader case? And I'm going to bring it back to the audience here. This trend reflects a broader reconsideration of what constitutes success in an unpredictable job environment that we're currently in. This job market, as we kind of could see, one day you're hired, one day you're fired. What's going to happen, right? So, as automation reshapes industries, parents are prioritizing creativity, adaptability, and personal fulfillment over rigid career paths because they basically have gone in their own lives and said, I wish I did X, Y, and Z. So, with that being said, y'all, what do you think? I'm going to go to the comment section real quickly. Then, Trey, I know you have a ton to say about this, so I'm going to pass it back to you. But let's go with what has just been said. Fanny said these boot camps are not helping either. We have to go to school again. Well, we're going to talk about that because there are alternatives out there. But before we do, let me let Trey say what he wants to say about that because there is a rise, and we could definitely talk about it.
No, man. I mean, obviously, we know a lot is going on in the world in general, right? You got Fed cuts, and like everybody's cutting healthcare. We just saw United Healthcare. I think that's who it was. They laid off a boatload. Like you can't just say it's one industry, but one industry that we do know that's pretty stable throughout the test of time is the blue collar side, right? And that's what you were talking about as one of the places that people are going, the skilled trades and that blue collar work, right? Plumbing, electrical, like all of that stuff. And yeah, we're seeing a huge rise in that right now in these times because you can get these skills, and then once you get those skills, listen, it's plumbing stuff that happens every day. It's and it will for every year. It's not going away. Like until you stop using probably toilets and sinks and tubs, and people stop throwing hair all the way down their drains and all this. Like it just is what it is. Blue collar work is still here, and yeah. So I mean, there are companies that are you're seeing. I think course careers. You're seeing they're adding in these different roles. Blue collar work because people are able to get these skills and get a job. Ultimately, people want to work. They need to work, and yeah, it's just one of those places is blue collar work, and that's what I can see why people are going to, or why parents are like, hey, we support this. If you want to go into supply chain, we support it. If you want to go to plumbing, we support it because they know that that's been around since they were kids, and it's still here, without much disruption. The one thing, if they as far as the other side, what was it, the first, the some of the other ones you said? It was um man, I can't remember. Oh, the arts and humanities.
Yeah,
I
arts,
don't, I don't,
humanities. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if we're there yet. But I mean, if you got it, you got it, and you can do that. Uh, it's a different route you got to take for that, right? Like you gotta probably know social media a little bit better, or more. And right now, personally, that's what I believe. I believe you can make anything work if you understand how social media works and the internet. But that's a whole nother story, But if you just out here being an artist and you sensitive about your stuff, so nobody sees it, and it's just you in your room, and you just think people are just gonna show up and buy, or whatever the case may be, that ain't happening. Uh, and that probably is not the route you want to go down. But yeah, it is interesting because I can understand how people are concerned about automation and AI, especially if you don't understand it, right? Everything is scary when you don't understand how it works or what it is. But it could help you in the long run. But anyway, yeah, that's all I had to say.
Here's one thing I would say. I would say that if you have like an innate passion, right? An innate passion, innate creative skill set, I would say it should not be limited to one thing or the other. And what I mean by
Yeah.
that is I met a guy a long time ago in Memphis who was a musician. He built houses. He did so many different things. He wasn't a limited person. Like his like there was with this particular person, there was no limit in his mind of what he could learn to do. So with that being said, you whatever you kind of have a natural bend to, try to maximize that in various areas. And then yes, it might lean to construction, it might lean to other things. And parents, let me know in the chat, what are you going to encourage your kids to do? For me, I want to encourage them to explore various different things, see where their talents lie, so that it doesn't feel like they're working a day in their life, because that's what they're gifted to do, and let them rock out with that. Because if they're really gifted in that particular lane, and again, not just kind of saying, oh well, just because I like to sing, like myself, I'm just gonna sing and do nothing else. Oh, I might do some vocal training. I might do some production. I might do some other areas that would lend my skill set to various different arenas. And so that's where I kind of would encourage somebody, and even in a technical way too, like even in the tech industry. But like going back to what you said, if somebody's a carpenter, or they might be good at that, they might be good at UI. I wouldn't just limit them to one thing. I would let them explore it all, so that they can have an untapped reservoir where their skills and their innate abilities can be used in various different arenas. And so, one thing though that really kind of stuck out to me is, I think a lot of these uh, the responses or the surveys and the responses from the parents could also be tied back to them feeling unfulfilled in their careers. They got these careers, they've been working for it to help provide for their family, but then they get older, and I'm not saying old like they're you know they can't even move or they're immobile, but they're getting a little bit older, a little bit more grays are starting to come out, and they're like, you know what, I did all this, but I don't feel fulfilled at all. And so that
Yeah.
that level of regret, that level of like, man, I did all this and nothing, nada, um, makes them say, you know what, I don't want my child to experience that as well. And so they say, I'll provide the resources, like they said in a couple of articles that we read. I'll do X, Y, and Z just so that they don't have to experience the heartache that I did. And so that's something
That's what
that
I'm looking for.
yeah, and that's what a lot of parents are kind of either now feeling like, hey, I've been pursuing money, I've been pursuing prestige, I've been pursuing opportunities, and I still don't feel fulfilled. And now I want to provide something for my kid where they can feel fulfilled, with what they're doing. So listen, y'all, thank you definitely for rocking with us in the show. If you have comments, put in the comment section below. But yeah, this is a topic that I think we'll probably have to revisit again, because I know that a lot of people are this is just bigger than a trade. It's bigger than letting your kids express themselves creatively, but this is about the deep, probably the deeper side of man, like a life less examined is not worth living at all, they said. And sometimes they're now examining their life, and they're saying, wish I did things differently.
Yeah. That's why that's why you gotta try it, man. You gotta try it. Like I personally believe, like, hey, there's so many things out here in this world that you can do that it's interesting why people like what they like, and I just believe that God has done that. Like, God has put something in you that you need to do for everybody else to experience. And so that's why there are people who, I'm not a fan of, I don't know, basket water weaving. I don't know. But there's somebody who that's their passion and they love it. I just think that, hey, there's a reason why you love that stuff. So even if you should try it out, is all I'm saying. There's something that that's popping in your mind. I think you should probably give it a try and try it, because you never know. Like, um, that's that could be the reason or the way that you can give your child that, hey, you know what, go ahead and try that, because I did, and I really enjoy this, even if it's just something outside the job. So, right, maybe for you, the individual, you're like, hey, I don't feel comfortable enough stepping out and doing this by itself, but my job is the payer, and like it funds this activity, and this is what I actually love, and I'm able to do it outside of the job, and that kept me through all these years. So now I can give my child that ability to be able to do it because I did it. So that's what I would say for sure.
Yes, y'all. So let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. We definitely appreciate hearing from you, and thank you everybody for stopping by and being on the show with us today on this Monday morning, March 10th. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're on again Twitch, as you see below, IG and YouTube. So go ahead, especially if you want to see the show again and other episodes that we have had already. And so, last but not least, we have on the docket the Brown Box special, which is going to be a quick one, but it's a heart wrenching story. Again, one that kind of ties into just life. And so, gonna be this is courtesy of Reddit, so I want to definitely thank Reddit for providing this story. But basically, the story goes like this. So what happened was in regards to uh it says my partner had terminal cancer and needed 24-hour care, but didn't want him to go to a nursing home. So I worked for a job for 35 years and asked for a leave of absence to care for him. They denied it under FMLA because we were not related. So I quit to care for his needs before he passed away on Halloween last year. It was far more satisfying than my job ever was, and I was here for him until he took his last breath. And so, y'all, with that, those are some of the calls that you have to make in life. When it's talk about their loved ones and the people that you care about, and making those and quitting, in order to do
I've
that.
seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And so sometimes those decisions are hard, but sometimes those decisions are the only decisions you got. And so with that being said, y'all, thank you again for rocking with us on this episode of Talk That Tech, the
#1 tech morning show in the world. We're going to see y'all next week, baby. Enjoy the week. Y'all
yes,
got
sir.
this.
Peace and elbow grease.